Hi guys, welcome back to my channel S Chemistry. My name is Sonal. Wishing you all a very happy Diwali. And today's video we will do a quick discussion on a strategy plan for the upcoming GATE 2022 examination. So with that being said, let's get started. So before we jump right into the video, let me tell you all that I'm making this content especially for the students who are actually just starting their preparations for the upcoming GATE 2022 examination. Okay, so as you all know that the GATE examination is scheduled around 5th of Feb. The dates are yet to be announced, but from 5th of Feb we will have it started, right? So considering this date, the amount of months that we have for our preparation are 3. So November, December and Jan, and then obviously first week of Feb is your examination. Okay, so just a quick strategy. If it works out for you all, then I will be definitely very glad. And this is especially for the students who are planning to start their preparations from this month. So usually before you do anything, not just an exam, even if you all are selecting a course or if you all are selecting a job position for you, one thing that is very important is to know for us as an individual, why are we doing this, right? Or what is the importance, okay? So that is the very first question that I have just put up, okay? Why GATE exam is important, okay? So GATE exam has actually two aspects, and it is a personal preference. You cannot really generalize the importance of GATE chemistry. It depends. For some students, it is crucial in order to study further, right? So if as a student you are aspiring to do your PhD or you all want to study further, then GATE chemistry is important from the study aspect, okay? The second one is with respect to getting a job, okay? Jobs, I'll just rewrite it, with respect to getting a specific job, okay? So if you all have completed your masters and you all are looking for a good job to settle down, then obviously you can clear GATE examination, okay? So especially you have brilliant use of your GATE score in different PSUs, okay? Another notion about GATE is that we can actually categorize students in two sections, right? The first section are all the students who are looking for an all India rank, maybe in the top 500 or something. For that, obviously, you have to prepare a lot and you need to strategize, you need to do smart studies, smart planning, okay? And other than that, the second category is with respect to the students who want to barely just qualify the examination, okay? Now let me tell you one thing, even barely qualifying the examination, right? So that is getting marks right above the cutoff in GATE examination is also absolutely amazing, okay? Because if you just qualify also, and perhaps you don't have that great of a rank, you are still eligible to answer many exams with respect to your PhD, okay? And you're eligible to answer interviews also with respect to different PSUs, okay? So it's like the door opens the moment you qualify GATE. So even if you don't have really good rank, but you have qualified in your specific subject, then also you're eligible for various entrance exams, for various interviews, okay? So you need to decide for what reason you actually want to qualify your GATE examination, okay? The next aspect is coaching required? Fine. Again, this can be answered as yes and as no as well. Okay. It is a personal preference. Fine. There may be some students for whom coaching is feasible. Okay. They might as well take up coaching, and obviously when you go for when you attend any type of coaching, everything is done in a systematic manner, right? The only thing additional that you require over there is your hard work. Otherwise also you always require your hard work, so that depends. But if there are students out there who are coaching is not accessible for them, it's not visible for them, then also I don't think there is a major issue. I personally gave 2 attempts for GATE. In the very first one I couldn't qualify, in the second one I qualified, and both of these were without any coaching. So I was barely dependent on my BSc MSc notes and of course different YouTube videos, okay? So even if you all cannot attend any coaching class, then also you can actually clear the exam, okay? Now one thing that I would like to mention over here is, if you all cannot go for coaching, then the major aspect, actually self-study comes under, even when you go for coaching you have to study, right? But it becomes more important when you cannot attend coaching classes, okay? Self-study, right? So that is what we are going to discuss in the next part over here. How do you prepare? Fine. But before I go there, when you are planning to self-study for any exam, one aspect is very important, and let me just put it in bold, and that is motivation, okay? I always tell my students, whenever you all are preparing for any competitive examination, okay, the one thing that you need, that is being a motivated individual, right? And also this motivation have to be self-motivation. You cannot expect another person to be after you constantly, who will push you to achieve your best. Okay, obviously we have family and friends who are always going to encourage us, but in really tough times, the only individual that can help you is yourself. Correct? So you might have a study plan, you might have examples to solve, you might have previous year's question papers and everything. Correct? But what you require exceptionally is to be a self-motivated individual. So I have already spoken about the first 2 points. Now we move to the most crucial part of this video, is how do we exactly prepare. Okay, so how do we prepare? It is actually dependent on having a plan. Fine. So the first thing that we need to do is have a plan. Fine. As I said that this is already November, okay, and in Feb you have your exam, right? So in hand you have November, December and January, correct? So if you just consider 30 days, you have around 90 days, plus minus, you can make it like around 80 days as well, okay, because almost the first week of November is done. Okay, so in hand roughly let's keep a count of 90 days, correct? Fine. Now when you make your study plan, let me just write it down. Fine. Okay, now this is a very crucial preparatory time for all these students out there, because you just have 3 months in hand. Fine. So you need to first have a plan in mind. You cannot just start studying. You first need to have a plan in mind, and then only you go about it. Okay, so knowing that we are running on time constraint, fine, it is absolutely essential that we download the syllabus of your GATE examination, okay, and we pick 60% of topics from that syllabus. Okay, my advice for all these students who are preparing for different competitive exam is that it is always very difficult to prepare the 100% syllabus. Okay, preparing all the topics in your syllabus, and I'll tell you what is the reason. Now this is for competitive exams, not for your regular exams. For your regular exams, obviously you need to prepare 100% of your syllabus. Okay, now why is it always important to selectively study? Okay, this is known as selective study, right? What happens is that when we have a lot of study, we need to cover 100% of the syllabus, we usually end up dedicating lesser amount of concentration to each topic. Okay, so just consider, suppose you have around 10 topics that you need to cover up, okay, in like that particular amount of day. Fine. Instead of giving your 100% concentration to each topic, you might end up giving like 60%, 60%, 60% to each. Okay, so over there's a lot of confusion. Okay, and obviously not maximum, actually majority of the master's student, all of us have a specialization, right? So when you look at the GATE 2022 syllabus, there will be certain topics which are your plus points, and there will be certain topics which you are not really good at. Like for me, I prepared inorganic and physical because I'm not extremely good at organic. Obviously I can attempt organic questions as well, but it requires a lot of time. And as I mentioned, I did not go for any coaching. I started my preparation towards the exam, like I think 3 months only. So I had focused on inorganic and physical chemistry. Okay, so that is very crucial, right? So the first thing that you need to do, I will just erase this off. The first thing that you need to do is download the syllabus and pick 60% of the syllabus with which you are comfortable. Okay, out of the 60, definitely 40% has to be your strongest asset. Like if you're inorganic chemist, then coordination, organometallic, bioinorganic, okay, group theory, then you have your periodic table. All of these has to be your strongest asset. Okay, so 40% you need to pick, okay, wherein your concepts are strong, or the topics wherein you're confident, right? And then the remaining 20% can be the experimental topics. I usually call them the experimental topics, as in wherein you have a window wherein you can study. So for experimental part, for me was physical chemistry, like chemical kinetics, then thermodynamics, all of that. Okay, so do this first, right? Another important, very important, which I have seen with my students also earlier, is that they study, like literally they work really hard. They study all the chapters and everything. What they miss out on is revising. Okay, they tend to study till the very last minute before the exam, and because there wasn't any there wasn't any amount of time given to revision, you end up forgetting all your concepts which you have studied. Okay, so 40% you need to invest in revision. Okay, along with revision, obviously solving your previous year's question papers. Okay, very, very crucial. Even if you want to reduce, you can make it 50-50%. Okay, you can make this 50%, you can make this 50%. There is no issue. But whatever chapters you all are preparing, you need to be confident with them. You cannot, if you pick a topic like coordination, you cannot be 50% good at coordination. You need to be 100% good at coordination. Okay, so this is the plan which students, if you all are studying right now, okay, if this works for you, then absolutely you can take this forward. Okay, so what you do is you select your strong topics and you select certain experimental topics wherein you know that if you study you will be good at it. Okay, and this you can do in these 2 months, that is your November to December. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to study. Okay, and the whole of Jan we are going to keep it for revision. Okay, and we are going to keep it for solving previous year's question paper. So Jan, what you can do is initial 20 days you can keep it for revision and revising each and every concept that you have studied, not just the concepts which you think you haven't done completely. Okay, so 20 days for your revision and then the remaining 10 days for your question paper solving. So this was the strategic plan that I wanted to discuss with you all. This has worked for me, and when I attempted my GATE, I was working as well. So I had to do like last minute preparation. Okay, so I went through the syllabus, I picked my strong topics. Accordingly, I started studying. I made my notes, and then obviously I kept some time for revision. Okay, now one last thing with respect to studying. Okay, there are certain steps that I want to discuss with you all. If these are helpful, then please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel, which I didn't say in the beginning because I usually forget to say please subscribe to my channel in all of my videos at the start. Okay, fine, forget that. Yeah, when you're studying, there are some students actually who actually directly start studying from a reference book. Okay, I personally do not really prefer that. What I do is that when I have to study any topic, I start with my notes. Okay, considering the students attempting GATE, they have already done their bachelor's and their master's. Obviously, you'll have some notes or the other, right? So always whenever you are studying, suppose I want to study EPR, okay, or any spectroscopic technique, okay, ESR, okay, electron spin resonance, suppose any topic. So it's always better that I pick my master's notes and I go through whatever was being taught. Okay, that is the first thing that I personally do. I study using my previous notes. Same with coordination. Coordination, I have my bachelor's notes, I have my master's notes as well. Okay, so I go through all of that, get all of my concepts ready. Now, there will be certain things which I don't understand or wherein I have certain doubts. Okay, when you have doubts, only then I will go for a reference. Okay, fine. Simply, I don't study directly from a reference book. I'll tell you why. Okay, so you take your notes, you go through them. Certain places you will be stuck, something you won't understand, or maybe some examples are less. Fine. Then you pick up a reference book and then you refer it and then you try to understand it better. Okay. Now, what usually happens is that when you directly start studying from a reference book, sometimes the concepts are already given in a higher level. Like you don't really start from the basics. Directly the concepts are given in like at a level that is higher, and sometimes it becomes difficult to understand, especially if you all are studying like after a few months after you have finished your MSc and all. So it's always better that you refer your own notes because your notes are more closer to you, right? Because you are the same person who has made those notes, correct? So start from your notes, then go to your references. Now, second thing about references also very important. Do not refer one topic from different books, okay? This is also something that I personally follow. Like majorly for inorganic chemistry, I use James C. Huey and Shriver and Atkins, okay? These two books are my absolute go-to for inorganic chemistry, majorly James C. Huey, okay? So always try to study one particular concept from one book. Like coordination, if you want to study from one book, okay? Organometallic, if you want to study from one book. And trust me, James C. Huey has all these inorganic concepts in the simplest language that you can ever get, okay? So once your notes are done, once you have done your reference also, like you have got your concepts clear, then obviously you can go for question solving. Okay, now question solving obviously comes under revision, fine? But when you are studying, make sure that you start from your notes. Okay, and suppose if you don't have any doubts, then obviously simply don't jump into references. Okay, otherwise YouTube videos are always there to help us, right? Even majorly for my GATE preparation, I studied majorly from different YouTube videos. Okay, so that's it with respect to preparation strategy for GATE 2022. The only thing that I wanted to tell you all is that it's always better to pick topics from the syllabus with which we are comfortable and with which we are confident. Okay, in case this was helpful, do give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. And I hope to hit 500 soon. We are growing, but the growth is slow. But I think that's fine. As long as there is some amount of growth. Okay. Thank you so much for watching and all the best for your preparation. Bye bye.